New York, there are several invasive tree pests that are here and having a large effect. So one is the emerald ash borer, which is actually pretty recent. You know, even since I moved to Binghamton about 5 years ago, and that was when we first started to see some emerald ash borer just in this area. And already all the ash, you know, in my neighborhood is being cut down. So it's happening really quickly. So anyways, so some of those ash trees sort of around you know, aquatic areas, or the other one is the hemlock woolly adelgid, is another invasive insect that is having a really large impacts on hemlock. You know, that could influence terrestrial ecosystems around aquatic ecosystems that are providing are important component of aquatic ecosystems. Another big one that's new to New York, and I think New York is trying to actively keep it out right now, is the spotted lanternfly. And this is it's a really pretty insect, but it is affecting a variety of tree species, including maple. And so that's another one to sort of look out for. So that's one major sort of link. And I think one big effort for New York conservation agencies is to try to manage some of these tree pests, or actively keep them out, that are affecting terrestrial ecosystems, but also affecting surrounding aquatic ecosystems.
Yeah, and now when you say people are trying to manage it, is that something that community members can help with, or is that something that is sort of best left to the professionals?
Well, one of the things that community members can really help with respect to invasive species of this type, so of insects, is to help to figure out where they are. And so there are a lot of sort of education, you know, pamphlets and campaigns out there to be able to identify the hemlock woody adelgid, the emerald ash borer, and now the spotted lanternfly. And the idea is that if you see one, you should take a picture of it on your phone. And there's different places that you could log or send the information to. And that's a good way to help to sort of track where some of these species are. This is especially important for, as I mentioned, some of the newer invasive species in this area. So the spotted lanternfly, because they're actively trying to keep it out of New York. So it's in Pennsylvania and it's currently in southern New York. So it is sort of where I am in Binghamton. And the idea is to have community members help to sort of track where that is in New York. They also put out some traps, and then to that end they can figure out where they're finding this species and then go apply it. I think they're applying chemicals now to try to eradicate it. So that's how community members can really help, is to try to figure out and map where invasive species are. That's another incredibly challenging thing for just, you know, scientists or natural resource managers to do on their own. And so it's a really useful way to sort of engage the community in helping to manage invasive species.